throughout my life. The 10 rings gave our family power.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Hello.
¿Cómo estás, Gabi?
Muy bien. I actually tried to memorize saying thank you for having me in German. Danke für die Einladung. Is that correct?
That was really good.
It's near, right? But thank you for having me, Florian.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
And we are about the same age. We are 90s kid. So that means that you were around 18 years old when the first MCU movie was released, that is Iron Man. And now, 13 years later, you are in the latest MCU film. So I wanted to ask you, how did you feel the first time that you watched Iron Man? And how does it feel now to be part of this universe?
I mean, my actual superhero movie, the first one that I watched was Spider-Man, you know, the one with Tobey Maguire. And I remember even then, I told my parents, like, I want to be a superhero as well. And, you know, when I was playing on the playground, that was always the case. You know, me and my friends, we were always playing superheroes. Mm-hmm. Now that I actually have made that step into the MCU, it still feels unbelievable. It still feels incredible. I'm very, very thankful for this opportunity, but I'm also very proud of myself that I made that big step.
Of course, it's good to acknowledge that that's success. Well, first of all, I gotta say that I think that it's not that often that we get to see a couple with a man and a woman in the lead characters that are not specifically romantically involved, like Katie and Shang-CHI. I mean, we can see that there's some chemistry between both of them, but they are friends in the end. They are good, non-toxic friends. So I wanted to ask you, do you feel the same way about them, or how do you see their relationship?
A lot of my best friends are guys. You know, I definitely see, you're right, we don't see it a lot in movies, but I definitely see that possible, right? Without the aspect of love. I see their relationship as exactly what it is, but more importantly, a really strong friendship that's based on loyalty, trust, and kind of an unspoken understanding of one another. So if there were ever to be something else to their relationship, it would probably be grounded in that.
How did you feel the first time that you saw yourself, you know, after all the effects, actually seeing your razor fist on the big screen?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, you know, I just had a green glove around my arm, and that felt just really weird, and it was looking really weird, you know, but everyone kept telling me on set, don't worry about that. It will look amazing. Don't you worry about that. And now I've seen it and it looks epic. It looks really, really good. And the first time I saw, you know, me stepping in front of him, in front of Shang-Chi, and actually, you know, shooting that blade out, there was a nice feeling. It felt really good.
I gotta say that I think that Asian and Asian American representation, it's finally growing in the mass media. I think like little by little, but finally growing. And something that I really like is that when representation is properly shown in a film, we as an audience can walk away from stereotypes or even realize that we were watching stereotypes. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to ask you, would you say that this movie has a proper representation?
I would say this movie definitely has proper representation, and also it does something unique in that it kind of showcases these different experiences of the Asian experience. So, you know, Katie is Asian American, whereas Shang came to America at 14, and he has this kind of this past, and then, you know, so there's a lot of different identities that are being shown. And I think that the bigger message there is that you know, our experiences are not singular. They're very diverse within themselves. So if we can at least show with this movie that message, then I think people will come away with more of an understanding.
Exactly, like it's more for the individual experience and not something like a mass, right?
Right.
And you are involved in most, if not all, of the craziest action scenes in the film. Did you do most of your stunts?
All of them.
All of them?
Of course. I never have a stunt on it.
Wow. There's this constant feeling of family and union in the movie, and it kind of feels like it was the same way on the set. It looks like you guys had a lot of fun. So do you remember any day in particular that you felt that it was special for you?
Well, a very difficult scene for us, and especially for me and Simo, was the bus scene. Just because the whole scene was taking place only in that bus, and we shot that scene for almost 4 weeks. And you have to imagine, there were a lot of people in there, a lot of cameras, and the space was just so small and so tight. So it's super hard to fight in there, And me and Simi, we injured ourselves multiple times. We went to the physios, we went to the doctors, always together. And the fun part is like in the beginning when you injure yourself or you hit yourself in the bus, it's not a nice feeling and you get into a bad mood. But if you share that experience with someone, you actually start making fun of it, And we were lying bed to bed next to each other at the physio. And he was like, "Hey, what is he treating you?" I said, "Yeah, my arm. Yeah, with me, it's my knee." So, that was fun. It was hard. But at least I had the opportunity to share all that with someone. So the hard stuff became fun in the end of the day.
And right now, we are watching the animated series What If on Disney+. So I wanted to ask you, if your character could live in another Marvel story or become a different character, who would you like to be, or where would you like to be in the Marvel universe?
Oh man, honestly, I really like. I'm a big fan of WandaVision, so that would be cool. Just pop up there somewhere. And I love Groot, so I don't know what that would mean. That might mean a separate story, But I love Groot.
But in the What If universe, I think that your character Katie in WandaVision universe with Groot as your friend, that can work.
I'm down. Yeah, let's make it. I'm
and
ready.
we can expect to see you further in the MCU, right?
I would hope so. I don't know. I don't know yet, but maybe, yeah.
Maybe. Okay, I'll keep that one.
All right.
Thank you very much. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you, Gabby. It was
Mucho
nice.
éxito. Gracias.
Is this what you wanted?